It's like, how did you find ways to avoid not falling into the element where it's like, I could go down this path here? What kind of kept you grounded?
I would say my wife. I would have to say my wife. I met her at 18, 19. Pretty much, she saved my life. It's I was going down the wrong path. I was hanging around with the wrong friends. Wrong neighborhood. Name it, and things weren't going right. And so then I was trying to steer clear from these group of people. And don't get me wrong, I still have a group of childhood friends that I hung out today. I mean, geez, I hung out with them 2 weeks ago. But but there are people out there that I knew who I knew wasn't good for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, based on what they've done, what I've seen them do, and what they currently do. So I'm just like, I didn't want to get, dragged into that. So then, pretty much, one, I stepped away. Two, I met my wife, and then that was when she whipped me into shape, kind of thing. Because what's crazy was that, both of our families, they came from Cambodia, and pretty much came from Cambodia as refugees with pretty much only the clothes on their backs. And how we were raised were very different. Like her parents, they chose their kids first, but my parents chose us last.
That's
And then let's just say my wife and I, we met. She's the quiet one, I was the loud one. She was the innocent one, I was the little punk on the street. And then it's like she pretty much whipped me into shape. She forced me. Well, she kept pushing me to go to college. And then for the longest time, I was like, no, college is not for me. I tried that, and I guess what really pushed me to go to college was when her parents said that she should go find someone else who has money.
Oof. They literally said that?
Yeah, they said that, and I overheard it over the phone. And I guess so that right there pushed me to go to college. I earned my bachelor's degree, and then that was when her parents finally took me seriously.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I mean, good news is you went to college. May not have been the motivation we all would have hoped to have to say, oh, that's what it takes. It's like,
yeah.
But the fact that you saw something special in her at that age, that's first of all rare even now. I mean, it was something that was more traditional in the 60s and before that. Now it's because we changed so much in our 20s.
Oh, yeah.
What we think we want when we're 18, it's like by the time we're 23, something totally different.
Oh, yeah.
And to be able to have that rock in your life that keeps you grounded, that's a special thing. And it's way too often people take relationships like that for granted, and sometimes we lose the ones that we care about the most because we get, especially guys, we get too caught up in our egos.
Oh yeah,
I'm right, and that's the way it's going to be. If you don't like it, you can leave. Oh, you left. Oh, now what I do? It's something that we need more of. We definitely need more of that strong grounding with people, because I mean, like I said, social media doesn't help that at all. It's like, oh, if you're not happy, you can just get that Instagram model right there. Like, is it really going to make you happy? When you're 20, you probably think it does. What else? You only got one thing on your mind as a guy who's that young. So of course you're thinking, okay, I'll just do that because that's what everybody else does, right? And like, it don't work that way, man.
No, it doesn't.
It don't work that way. And as she can probably attest to, and the same thing with me as well. You really can't do it alone.
Nope. Absolutely not.
It's I had that problem thinking that I could do it alone for so long, and it's like I could put on a show, but really behind closed doors, it's like, what am I really doing? Like, what's my motivation? Who am I? Who's motivating me to get better? You know, that's a thing that I still go through now is how do I continue to work to be better? Because if I just get stagnant and say, I got a good paying job, I got a house, whatever it is, life's good, I can just put my hands behind my head, kick back, and don't do anything. The second that happens, now I'm losing ground because now it's, what are you going to do to improve yourself?
Exactly.
What do I have to do? I see so many people fall into that trap. It's like you really have to find ways to push yourself to be better. And for some people, maybe that means you move on from the relationship that you're in because you're growing apart. That takes a lot of sacrifice to actually be able to figure that out. But, you know, growing and make yourself better. And I guess the one thing I would say from when I was 18, 19 years old is I thought I had a time limit. Like, I'm supposed to do all this by 25. I'm supposed to have a degree, married, kids, house by the time I'm 25 because that's kind of what my parents' generation did. Thankfully, my parents didn't like kind of push that on me like, you know, you're getting older and where's my grandkids? They didn't do that to me. So I was able to have the freedom. But I knew so many people that they just got caught up in that. Like, you know, mom and dad said this, the aunts are always bugging me for this, and I guess I just got to do it because that's what everybody says. And then they later find out, it didn't work out the way that I really wanted to. So to be able to have someone in your corner growing with you and you both making each other better, that's really key. And it lays the foundation because now you both know what it takes, the sacrifices you need to make to raise a child.
Exactly.
Remember, you told me once, and we kind of laughed about it, but it does take a village to raise a child.
It sure does.
Like, just to be able to say that you're both on the same schedule, you both have the same mindsets, you know you're both going to get irritated at times because that's just human nature, but you come together because you know what the bigger goal is here.
Yeah.